You are addressing Lagos.
Good day, viewers. I am Okocha Marcel, and this is my channel. It is no longer news that one of the Nigerians investigation journalists called Mr. David has been petitioning the Federal Bureau of Investigation and the Central Intelligence Agency to reveal Tinubu's criminal record and every details he has in America. Yes, FBI agreed and also said that they have some information and records to release. Before, the FBI said they are going to release it in 2026, but due to a series of petitions to the court, the FBI few months ago agreed that they are going to be releasing each month 500 pages. That is from this October. Now, Mr. Bola Ahmed Tinubu has moved to block records relating to him from being disclosed by the Federal Bureau of Investigation and the Central Intelligence Agency, also and other United States agencies, according to the report from the People's Gazette. It was reported in September that from October, the FBI would start releasing approximately 2,500 documents relating to President Tinubu in its database. This is interesting. According to the Gazette, Christopher said one of the lawyers who represented Mr. Tinubu in the recent controversial academic record case filed motion to appear in an ongoing Freedom of Information action brought against the U.S. organization, where records that may help answer questions about the president's real identity and the case-long endeavors are domiciled. The lawyer brought his motion in accordance with the Civil Local Rule 82.2c. The People's Gazette report and Mr. Brian A. Carey, who practiced in D.C., said on Mr. Kamish's behalf, this motion is supported by the declaration of Christopher Kamish. As set forth in Mr. Kamish's declaration, he is admitted and an active member in good standing. Mr. Kamish did not respond immediately to a request for comment, and the president's lead lawyer in the United States, Oluwole Afolabi, told the Gazette that he could not comment on the matter until it had formally begun. The lawyers would work to file a thorough argument as soon as possible in order to argue any relief before the October 31st deadline. The Federal Bureau of Investigation have said it was planning to release the record before the end of October to Aaron Greenspan, the proprietor of Plainsight, a website that pushed anti-corruption and transparency in public service. Several other U.S. institutions, including the U.S. State Department, Internal Revenue Service, and Drug Enforcement Administration, have all indicated readiness to turn over thousands of pages of records related to Tinubu. And people are asking, what could this information be? Why is it that one person is having this bulk and voluminous record even more than the Holy Book Bible? President Tinubu recently lost an emergency appeal to the United States District Court for the Northern District of Illinois in Chicago to stop Chicago State University from releasing his academic records to Atiku Abubakar, his opponent in the 2023 presidential election. In her ruling on Tinubu's emergency application in case number 23 CV 05099, Judge Nancy Maldonado overruled Tinubu's objection to Magistrate Judge Gibbard recommended ruling and therefore adopts the ruling in full. Before, Shara reporters reported on September 23 that Tinubu appeals against the ruling of the Judge Jeffrey T. Gibbard, sitting on the United States District Court of Northern Illinois, which orders the Chicago State University CSU to release all relevant records pertaining to him to Nigeria former Vice President Atiku Abubakar. Shara reporters had also reported how the federal court in Chicago, while ruling on the civil case filed by Atiku, granted the application request to the court, stating that the former vice president had been able to sufficiently satisfy the purpose for seeking the records. Now, Tinubu subsequently pleaded with Judge Nancy Maldonado to block all other details, especially the gender and admission records, among other of the owner of the certificate. Why and what is the reason why Tinubu asked this judge to block the gender and so on and so forth? At the end, the certificate reveals that it belongs to female. Shara reporters also reported that Atiku brought the case before the court in an effort to establish that Tinubu was not eligible to be the president of Nigeria despite his election in February 2023, and that he tendered a forged certificate to Independent National Electoral Commission (INEC). INEC had declared Tinubu as the winner of the election, saying Atiku of the People's Democratic Party came second and Peter Obi of the Labour Party came third. In the judgment obtained by Shara reporters, Justice Maldonado ruled, for the foregoing reasons, the court overruled President Tinubu's objection to Magistrate Judge Giba's recommended ruling, and therefore adopts the ruling in full. Mr. Atiku's application is therefore granted in light of the pending Supreme Court of Nigeria deadline, represented to the court as October 5, 2023. And based on CSU representations that it is ready to comply with the discovery request and produce a witness, the court sets an expedient schedule for completion of discovery. Justice Maldonado therefore directed the CSU to produce all relevant and non-privileged documents in response to the request. Yes, this is important because Tinubu has tried to block the first application that required the release of his academic records, but it was blocked in court. United States judiciary is not like Nigerian judiciary. I am wondering why Mr. Bola Tinubu is now filing application and suits against the Federal Bureau of Investigation. And I think before the Federal Bureau of Investigation, we agree that they are going to release Tinubu's academic record. They have reasons why they said that they are not going to hold it without releasing it. So I think they have adhered to the United States law. By the way, Tinubu is a public figure, not just a public figure. We are talking about somebody who is sitting in the seat of the president of an independent country. Over 250 million Nigerians are calling him my president, even those who did not vote for him, even people that believe that Tinubu did not win this election, they are still referring to him as the president because the Supreme Court is yet to decide the final judgment about the appeal that has been filed against Tinubu. Now, Tinubu is filing an application to stop them not to release his records. People call it criminal records, but this is insane. This is troubling. You know, when you are a citizen of a country and people are calling your president a certificate forger, people are calling your president a criminal, a drug baron, your president forfeited 460,000 in America, you know, and so on and so forth. It is so troubling. You know, some Nigerians who truly love Nigerians will be facing a lot of, trauma. People will be hurt emotionally. You know what it means to defend your country, but people are seeing what they will use to tarnish your image in the public domain. That is the situation we are currently facing in Nigeria. But I think that FBI will go ahead and release this document, and I trust the United States court. They are not going to just fold their hands and keep quiet that somebody who is a president of a country, a public figure, that his data will not be released to the citizens of his country. It's not being done anywhere. And at a time, Donald Trump's one-time president of America's record was released. Also, the Joe Biden, the current president of America, his record was released. So I don't know why Tinubu is filing the motion against FBI not to release his data. But one question is very important that people should ask. If Tinubu is having nothing to hide, why is he allowing his certificate or also his data to be withheld from the public? That is a question that is yet to be answered. Thank you for listening.